One maid gathered the courage to look through the crack of the sliding door. Inside, she saw a woman kneeling beside him, her long black hair falling forward as she touched his face gently. The man smiled in his sleep. When lightning flashed across the paper walls, the maid saw the truth. The woman's kimono was full. Her hands were delicate. But beneath the fabric, there was no flesh. Only the pale curve of ribs shifting as she leaned closer. Before she became Hone-Onna, she was named Aiko. She worked in a tea house owned by a merchant known for his appetite for food, for money, for women. Aiko was not foolish. She knew she was admired for her softness, her silence, her ability to make a man feel powerful. But she fell in love with him anyway. He promised to free her from her contract, promised marriage, promised permanence. But promises given in private dissolve easily in public. When his business grew, so did his ambition. He married into wealth, left Aiko where she stood. When she confronted him, he did not deny loving her. He simply said, "You were never meant to last." The body can survive heartbreak. The spirit fractures differently. Aiko stopped eating, stopped sleeping, stopped existing in any way that inconvenienced him. When she died, the merchant did not attend the funeral. He sent money instead, as if grief could be outsourced. That was his sin, not betrayal, but consumption. He loved her until she was empty, and then he replaced her. In proper custom, the dead must be mourned sincerely, attachment must be cut cleanly. If longing lingers too tightly, it tethers the spirit. The merchant did not mourn Aiko, but he did think of her, often, at night, especially when his new wife did not look at him with the same devotion. Desire mixed with guilt becomes a hook. One evening, drunk and restless, he visited Aiko's grave alone. He spoke her name aloud, not to honor her, but to remember how she made him feel. He brought incense, but no apology. As smoke rose, he whispered, "If only you were here." Words matter, especially when spoken over fresh earth. That night, something shifted. Aiko's body had already decayed. But decay does not free a spirit bound by unfinished attachment. Without ritual release, longing calcifies. Her flesh had returned to soil, her love had not. And so she returned in the only form left to her, bone. The law broken was simple. The living must let the dead dissolve. He pulled her back with memory, and memory gave her shape. She began visiting him at night. At first, he believed it was a dream. Her voice soft, her presence familiar. She lay beside him as she once had. He woke each morning exhausted, but strangely satisfied. His health declined slowly. Weight fell from his body. His skin grew pale. Servants whispered that he was being drained by unseen illness. One stormy night, lightning illuminated the truth. Aiko knelt over him, her hair falling aside. Her face was beautiful, unchanged, but her neck hollow, her collarbones exposed. When she moved, her kimono shifted, revealing vertebrae stacked like prayer beads beneath silk. She did not attack him, she embraced him. And wherever her bones touched his skin, warmth faded. She was not feeding on blood, she was feeding on memory, on the version of herself he still desired. Each night she reclaimed a piece of what he had taken until he resembled her. Thin, hollow-eyed, ribs pressing against skin. On the final night, servants heard him whisper, "I'm sorry." But apologies spoken too late do not repair imbalance. When they entered the room at dawn, the merchant was dead. his body shriveled as if time had passed through him too quickly, and beside him, indentations on the futon where another body had lain. No flesh, no footprints, only a faint imprint of bones. Hone-Onna does not haunt the faithful. She does not chase the innocent. She visits those who consume affection without consequence, those who take devotion and discard the devotee. She is what remains when love is stripped to its structure. And if you ever wake in the night feeling a familiar presence beside you, ask yourself, did you let someone go properly? Or are they still waiting for you?